guys, and welcome to your 2-Minute Money Manager. I'm your host, Stacey Johnson, and this answer is brought to you by MoneyTalksNews.com, serving up the best in personal finance news and advice since 1991. Today's question comes to us from D. That's D-E-E. Anyway, D says, my daughter just had a truck repossessed. I'm helping her with her credit. Her score was 509 before the repossession. How long is all this going to stay on her credit? Okay, D, let's talk about it. A repossession, like most credit injuries, takes time to heal. Late payments, missed payments, repossessions. Nearly every black mark is going to stay on your credit history for 7 years. After 7 years, the law requires that most, not all, but most negatives, including repossessions, do have to be removed. The good news, though, is that the older the injury, the less it hurts. So as things like late payments and repossessions age, they affect your credit score less. Now, how much will a repossession affect your credit score? Well, keep in mind that a perfect FICO credit score is 850, and you typically need a score of 750 or better to get the best rates on loans. Having your car repossessed would probably cost you about 100 points on your credit score, depending on where your credit score is at the time. If your score is high, the effect of a repossession would be greater. If your score is low, the effect would be less. Now, since Dee's daughter's score is already super low at 509, having her truck repossessed probably won't cost her the full 100 points. Still, other than bankruptcy, foreclosures and repossessions are among the worst credit injuries. Now, here's a word of warning. Over the 30 years I've been doing financial news, I've run into tons of people with debt problems. I've written books on this topic. I've even served on the board of a couple of major credit counseling agencies. And here's something that I've learned. Virtually everyone with a debt issue takes longer than they should to deal with it. They're embarrassed. They don't know what to do, so they freeze like a deer in the headlights. This is the worst thing you can possibly do, guys. If you're unable to pay your bills, you could call the lender and try to work something out, or at least call a free nonprofit credit counseling agency for advice. But what do most people do? Nothing. They dodge the calls. They leave the letters unopened. Result, multiple wounds instead of one. Take a car repossession, for example. First, you're going to have late payments, right? That's hurting your credit. Then you're going to have the repo. That's damaging your credit even more, as well as adding towing and storage fees to what you already owe. Then the vehicle's going to be sold at an auction, likely for less than you owe on it. For example, if your loan's for 10 grand and the car sells at auction for 8, now you owe another 2 grand. The lender gets a deficiency judgment, and guess where that goes? Into the public records section of your credit report. Yet another black mark. See what I mean? Ignoring a debt issue is like ignoring cancer. It's not only going to not go away, it's going to spread and it's going to get worse. Bottom line, don't ever be embarrassed if you've got a debt problem. Believe me, there are few money mistakes more common than that. But when you find yourself between a dog and a fire hydrant, the sooner you deal with it, the better you'll sleep and the better off you'll be financially. Okay, I hope that answers your question, D. Now, what about you folks? Got a question of your own to ask? Then do what D did. Simply hit reply to any Money Talks email newsletter and fire away. I can't answer every question because I get a ton of them, but I will do my best. And if you're not getting our newsletter, you got to fix that right now. Go to MoneyTalksNews.com and subscribe. Totally free, takes 5 seconds, and will absolutely positively make you a renter. I'm Stacey Johnson. I'm going to see you right here next time.